Welcome to Power in Words. There are words that land on us like lightning, striking deep into the marrow of who we are. Words that refuse to be forgotten, that echo in the quiet moments when life asks us, what are you truly made of? Stay hungry. Stay foolish. At first, it may sound simple, almost playful, but linger with these words and you'll feel the weight they carry. Hunger, that restless desire to grow, to seek, to never be satisfied with yesterday's victories. Foolishness, that courage to risk being misunderstood, to stumble, to dream beyond what others believe is possible. Think of your own life. How many times have you felt the pull between comfort and growth, between safety and daring, between the voice that says, be practical, and the whisper inside that says, what if you tried anyway? This is where Steve Jobs' words live, in that tension, in that fire that refuses to die down. Today, let's dive into this quote together, not just as an idea, but as a living invitation for your own journey. Stay hungry, stay foolish is not a command to starve or to be naive. It is a call to remain alive. To stay hungry is to wake up each morning with a thirst for more, not more possessions, not more applause, but more growth, more truth, more life lived fully. To stay foolish is to resist the cage of fear. It is to embrace curiosity even when it makes you look unpolished. It is to chase after possibilities with the wide-eyed daring of a child who still believes the world is vast and full of wonders. The world often trains us to do the opposite. Be safe, be smart, be predictable. But greatness does not come from safety. Greatness comes from hunger, from foolishness, from the audacity to say, I am not finished yet. Let me tell you about a young woman named Anna. She grew up in a small town where everyone knew everyone. Dreams were limited, not by lack of imagination, but by tradition. Her parents wanted her to find a stable job, maybe become a teacher and settle down. Safe, secure, predictable. But Anna carried inside her a hunger she couldn't quiet. She loved design. She would sketch late into the night, drawing clothes, posters, patterns, as though she were trying to give form to the world she longed to live in. Yet every time she showed her work, people laughed. That's not realistic. Nobody from here makes it in fashion. Be sensible. For a while, Anna listened. She pushed her passion into a box, chose the safer path, and tried to convince herself that the fire inside her was nothing but foolishness. But hunger has a way of gnawing at you. One evening, she stumbled upon that very quote from Steve Jobs. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Something stirred. Foolishness, she realized, wasn't a weakness. It was bravery in disguise. Hunger wasn't a flaw. It was her compass. So she took a leap. She applied to a design school in the city. It was terrifying. She was broke, uncertain, and yes, foolish. But step by step, she grew. Years later, her designs walked the runway. The same people who once laughed now looked at her with awe. Anna's story is not about fashion. It is about all of us. The hunger that refuses to die inside you, whether for art, for writing, for building, for teaching, for healing, is not there by accident. And the foolishness you fear, the idea that others might call impractical or childish, may just be the spark that lights your path forward. Maybe right now you're working a job that pays the bills but leaves your soul empty. Maybe you've buried a dream because life told you to grow up, to be reasonable. Maybe you're afraid of looking foolish if you try again. But listen closely. The safest path is often the riskiest, because safety can starve the soul. Hunger, on the other hand, is what keeps you alive. Think of the times when you felt most alive. Was it when everything was predictable, or was it when you stepped into the unknown? Was it when you followed the script others wrote for you, or when you dared to chase the story that was uniquely yours? Your hunger is not a burden. It's your compass pointing to where your heart longs to go. And your foolishness? That is not shame. That is your courage to begin when others are too afraid. Let's be honest, the world can be cruel. People will tell you, don't be foolish. They will call your hunger unrealistic. But the truth is, every great invention, every great piece of art, every breakthrough in science, every movement that changed the world began with someone foolish enough to believe in something that did not yet exist. Imagine if the Wright brothers had listened when people mocked their dream of flying. Imagine if Steve Jobs had listened when he was told, computers would never be personal, never be beautiful. Imagine if you let the voices of doubt drown out the voice of hunger inside you. Do not let that happen. Why we resist hunger and foolishness. We resist because hunger is uncomfortable. It asks us to stretch, it makes us restless, and we resist foolishness because it exposes us. It risks rejection, but comfort is a slow poison. Security without passion is a cage, and the approval of others is too small a prize to exchange for the calling of your own soul. So, yes, hunger is uncomfortable. Yes, foolishness is risky. But what is the alternative? A safe life unlived? A story untold? No. You deserve more. Stay hungry, stay foolish. These words are not just a clever phrase, they are an anthem for those who refuse to settle, who choose to live fully rather than merely exist. To stay hungry is to keep chasing growth, to never let yesterday's victories define tomorrow's limits. To stay foolish is to dare greatly, to walk into the unknown with the humility of a beginner and the audacity of a dreamer. So today, ask yourself, where have I grown too comfortable? Where have I silenced my hunger? Where have I feared being foolish? And then take one small step. Send the application. Write the first page, make the phone call, start the project, risk the laughter, risk the misunderstanding, risk the failure, because the real failure is to ignore the fire burning inside you. Let these words be your compass. When you are tempted to settle, remember, stay hungry. When you are afraid of looking ridiculous, remember, stay foolish. And when you look back on your life one day, may you not see safety and predictability, but courage, risk, hunger, and dreams lived out loud. You are capable of more than you know. The world does not need your perfection. It needs your hunger. It needs your foolishness. It needs the story only you can tell. So go. Be bold. Be restless. Be unreasonably alive. Stay hungry. Stay foolish. If this message spoke to your heart, don't forget to like this video and follow Power in Words for more inspiration that fuels your journey, because sometimes the right words at the right moment can change everything.